Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so kind. You are so kind. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining me today. Chris Gault here, Healthy Living with Chris Gault. And today we're going to talk about bad habits that make you look older. And we're going to do it right now. All right, the first tip I'm going to give you is to make sure you watch the full video to the very end to get the full benefit. Because what I'm going to do is give you some tips to offset some of these bad habits so that you can all get younger and younger and younger, and that's what we're all about. And it all ties together in the end, so make sure you watch the whole video and take action on it, because if you take action steps on it, it will work. Okay, so the first one is eating too much fried and processed foods, and we've all gotten into this, and you see it everywhere. And I mean, like there's French fries and fried chicken and donuts, and I even at some of these fairs that I've gone to, I've seen fried Oreos, which is really sick because it's not only fried, it's also fried processed food, and so it's just really, really bad for you. But how many of us have gone to the grocery store too and grabbed a bag of Doritos or potato chips or anything? And so the thing is that anything in a box or a bag with lots of chemicals on the side, you look at the ingredients, you'll see it's completely processed. It's packed with sodium, it's just packed with a bunch of other junk that's in there that you don't want in your body, and all of that stuff is just aging you. And when you eat the fried processed stuff, that's just a double whammy. So you need to try to get away from that stuff. Don't even buy it. Don't bring it in your house. When you're in the grocery store, shop with intention. Buy the food that you need that's going to keep you healthy. Don't buy that junk. And I know some people might say, well, I have family members at home that like that stuff. Do them a favor. Don't buy it for them, because they don't need it either. So the next bad habit that we've all gotten into is not getting enough quality sleep. And it's a very easy habit to get into. And I can tell you, when I was younger, in my 20s, I was horrible about this, because I would be putting in 60 hours a week at work, and then I would come home and drink with my buddies, because I lived with two other guys in a townhouse, and we had friends that came over all the time, and we were drinking a lot. And so I was getting probably about 4 hours of sleep at night on average, and it just wasn't really working for me, but I was doing it anyway. And maybe I can get away with it a little bit when I was younger, but I think that's what helped premature age me in the first place. Just make sure that you don't do that. Get your 7.5 to 8 hours in a day. Your body is just gonna love that. And then also what you wanna do to get quality sleep is to try to wake up and go to bed at the same time. So right now I try to go to bed somewhere between 11 and 11:30, and I usually wake up somewhere around 7:30 to 8. So I'm in that range. I get my 8 hours in, and everything works out well. But when I was younger, again, I remember on the weekdays I'd be waking up at 6 in the morning so I can get to work, and I'd be going to bed probably like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then on the weekends I would sleep until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I would stay up even later, and then I would have to reverse it all back when the week started again, and the body just didn't know what to do. It couldn't really get an internal clock established. And what you want to do is you want to get an internal clock established. So try to wake up and go to bed at the same time every night, as much as you can. I know life sometimes gets in the way, but as best you can, try to do that, and your body is going to be much better off. The other thing, just on the sleep thing, is make sure you try to sleep on your back as opposed to your side or on your stomach, because, you know, and I did a lot of this, and I think this is why I have some wrinkles, because I slept on my stomach for a good part of my life, and I just recently switched it to sleeping on my back about a couple of years ago, which has helped out. But when you're smashing your face into the pillow, and you're creating wrinkles, and you're doing that when you're sleeping on your stomach or on your side. So as best you can, sleep on your stomach, on your back, and you're going to be much better off. All right, so moving on, some people get too much sun. And I was really bad at this when I was younger, because I would go to the beach for hours and I would not put on any sunscreen, because, you know, I just didn't feel like it when I was in my 20s, and I would burn a lot, and I did, because I have fair skin, and I think I really did a lot of damage to my my skin, especially my face, which is probably why it looks like this, even though I'm doing my best to try to get it to look as young as possible. And I'm almost 60 years old, so I'm trying to get it to reverse some of that. But boy, I mean, I really did some damage to my face because I just spent way too much time in the sun. So what you do want to get some sun. I do have a video on it. You want to get about 20 minutes of sun a day if you can, because if you could do that, you're going to get some vitamin D in and your body's just going to feel great. But make sure you limit it to 20 minutes a day. And if you have to be out longer than that, then make sure you use some sort of organic or natural sunscreen that's about SPF 30 or higher. Now that's a measure of UVB, so you have to look at the tube too and make sure that it also protects against UVA. And when I say natural or organic, it's because if you buy the copper tones and all that junk that Panama Jack, I think it's called, if you buy those in the store and you put those on, they're loaded with chemicals. And so what happens is the sun's just baking these chemicals into your skin, and your skin doesn't like that. And so make sure that if you're going to get suntan or sunscreen, that you're getting the proper sunscreen, and make sure it's natural and as organic as possible. And it may cost more, but just think about what it's going to do for you down the road. It's going to keep you healthier down the road, and your health is worth more than money, because you can have all the money in the world, but if your health is shot, what are you going to do? You're going to be lying in bed all day long, and you're not going to be able to do anything with all the money you have. So money can't buy time, and it can't buy health. You have to do that yourself. All right, so the next one that a lot of us have gotten into, it's a bad habit, and that is not getting enough exercise or activity in every day. So a lot of times we go to work, and then when we're off work, we're tired, we want to go home. We go home, we crack open that beer, it's the first thing we do, and then we have dinner, and then we kick back a couple of bourbons while we're watching TV for 4 hours, and then we go to bed, and then we just start the whole process again, and we don't have any activity in there. So make sure that you get at least 30 minutes of exercise in a day, or something that is active. And there's a lot of trackers out there that will track your steps. This is one good way of doing it. Like my phone does it. Like I have the iPhone, and the iPhone actually has a health. It's called Health. It's an app that comes with the phone, and it actually tracks your steps. And I'm sure most smartphones probably do the same thing. So whatever smartphone, I think just about everybody in the world now has a smartphone. You could track your steps. And now getting back to the exercising, you should also mix it up. And so I have a video that I dropped a few weeks ago that you can go watch. It's the 4 different types of exercises that you should do. And you should go and look at that one, because it does tell you the different types of exercises that you should do every week, and you want to mix it up. And so you can go back and watch that one, but it's definitely different types of exercises so that you're not doing the same thing every day. Because if you're doing the same thing every day, you're not really getting the full benefit of that 30 minutes of exercise every day. And then we usually take Sunday off from the exercising, but we actually still do something active. Like we'll either go on a hike, or we'll go on a bike ride, or we'll do something. We also walk our dog twice a day, so we're also getting a lot of steps in that way. You want to get in resistance training, you want to get in cardio, I'll just go ahead and say it now, you want to get in core work, and you want to get in stretching. And if you can do all those, then you are doing great. So the next tip is, and actually you want to go, before I get to the next tip, you want to go back and look at that video of mine because of the 4 different exercises, because it also gives you the schedule on how to do it, so that you're not doing it all, one type at the beginning of the week and then one type at the end of the week. You got to mix it up, and and you want to mix up body parts when you're doing the resistance. So if you look at that video, it'll tell you what I do, and it gives you an idea of a good schedule and what you can do to mix up your workouts. The next one is, and a lot of us fall into this too, and I know I did when I was younger, but that is excessive drinking of alcohol. And so when I was younger, I did drink a lot. I have to admit, I did drink a lot. I was young and stupid. And even up until just a few years ago, I was having 2 glasses of wine at dinner every night. And that was a lot. That's a lot. That's considered excessive drinking. And so now I've cut it back to about 2 drinks a week. So that way I'm not cutting it out completely, but I am getting 2 drinks in a week pretty much. And if you really want to, you don't have to drink any alcohol. That's probably the best. If you get to the point you don't drink any alcohol, you're better off. But you know, we're all human and we all have our things, and so if you keep them under control, then it actually is good. If you can't, then you need to get rid of it. And also, I would talk about, so if you can get it down to about 2 drinks a week, that's great. And also just get rid of binge drinking, because it's so easy to go out with friends and you're just drinking drink after drink after drink. Before you know it, you've had 8 drinks and you can barely walk. But so what I would suggest in that sense is maybe you start off with your drink. So let's say you're drinking a vodka tonic and you have that and you drink it slow. And then your next 2 drinks after that, you have just tonic water with some lemon in it. It's still going to taste good. No one's going to know what you're doing. So you're drinking that. And then you might have 1 more vodka tonic. And then after that, you just end the night with just more, just the tonic with a little bit of lemon. And you're going to feel a lot better than the morning. You're going to be a lot more conscious. You're going to just be better off. That's what I would recommend. Get rid of the binge drinking and really limit your alcohol. Alcohol dries your body out and really ages you quickly. It also does immense damage to organs in your body. So what you want to do is make sure that you are reducing that down as much as you can. All right, the next one is, and a lot of us get into this, is not drinking enough water. And when I say that, I mean water. I'm not talking about, you know, oh, there's water in soda. Yeah, but there's also sodium and there's sugar and there's all these chemicals in it. You don't want any of that. Not drinking enough plain water. And I have a video on that too that you can go back and look. It's how much water you should drink. It is a formula that I won't get into now because, you know, I need to wrap this video up. But it obviously, a 300-pound person versus a 100-pound person, their water needs are different. So if you go and look at that video, then you will see how much water you should be getting in every day. And you probably aren't getting anywhere near that water. And again, when I say water, I'm not talking about coffee, and I'm not talking about tea, I'm talking about water. Now you can squirt a little bit of lemon in it, you know, put a little bit, you know, can infuse some fruit in it, but I wouldn't put anything else. Like, you don't want to put Kool-Aid in it because that would defeat the purpose, because the sugar is not going to be any good for you. So make sure that you are drinking a lot of plain water every day, because your body is made up of cells, and your cells are made up mostly of water. And if your cells don't get enough water in them, then they're going to start dying off, and so you don't want that to happen. All right, I killed that one, so sorry about that. Okay, the next one is stress. So I did a lot of this too when I was younger, because then as I started to get older and I moved up in the whole corporate world of finance, I ended up with some pretty stressful jobs, and I had a lot of stress on me, which I know aged me quickly. And then I moved and started my own store. I created a store. I owned a running store, and even though it was a lot of fun, it was a lot of hours though. And believe me, when you own a retail business, there is an immense amount of stress when it comes to the staffing and just the products and the selling, and just making sure you can pay the lease to the land, you know, to the builder. And I mean, there is a lot of stress that comes with owning a retail store. So that didn't do me that much favor, and I think I lost the little bit of hair I had left after the finance job started to drop out when I had that store. So just know that you need to eliminate stress. So if you're in a position where you are stressed out every day, you need to change your profession. And I know that's easier said than done, but you need to do it. And I've changed my profession a lot, and I know you can too. You just have to do it. And if it means that you are working your job, and this might put some more stress on in the beginning, but if it means that when you come home, instead of binge watching TV for 3 hours, you actually put it towards something. Let's say you want to create a YouTube channel, or you want to do something else. Let's say whatever it is, write a book. Whatever it is you want to do, create a different type of business, an online business. Whatever it is, if you put your time towards that and then you build it, you can build that business up to a point where then you can drop your job and then you won't have that business. And if you can do that and you love that business, you find something that you really love, then it's just going to really work for you. And you're going to take all that stress off, and you're going to just have a great time. I'm just going to say, working for somebody or being your own boss, and I've done both for many years, both, and I will always take being my own boss, because you live your life the way you want it to be. And I'm not trying to brag or anything when I say that, but all I'm just trying to say is it is a way to try to take some stress off, is to try to find a way to live your life and be your own boss, and you can do what you want to do. All right, I killed that one too. That's the second one I killed. That's really all I really had to say today. So I would love to know what you all do to stay young, because I'm going on this journey, and the reason why I even started my channel in the first place is as I mentioned, I noticed that I was aging quicker than I wanted to be. So I was aging faster than the average person, and I needed to do something to get my body back because I was unhealthy. I researched and found a lot of great ways in order to get my health back, and that's why I'm sharing all this stuff with you, because this is my journey, this is what I'm learning, and I'm just sharing it with you so that you can have the same benefit. What I would love to see is if you have any other ways that or things that you do in order to stay healthy and young, then put them in the comments below, because I would love to see them, and I would probably do some of them, and also other people can see it, so other people can benefit from your experiences as well. So please put them in the comments below, and that way we can all benefit, and that's what life's all about, is this learning from everybody. Also, if you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. It helps me out, but it also helps YouTube push this video out into the YouTube world, and that way I can help more people that way. So make sure you do that. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already and ring that bell notification, make sure you do it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the bell notification, and that way you'll be notified every time I put out a healthy living video, which I put them out every Thursdays and every Sundays. So make sure that you do that and subscribe to share. I already said subscribe, so make sure you share the channel and the video with anyone you know that can use a healthy living video, because that way they can join all the fun too and benefit from it. And for more tips on how to live a happier, healthier life, some videos are going to pop up, and you can just click on one of those and you can continue your happy, healthy journey. And I will see you all soon.